This is Let's Talk, and my guest today is Anthony Fitzpatrick, actor, who we've interviewed before, and in the second series we go into more depth about his career as an actor. And in this first episode we look at his training in England and in Northern Ireland. But I'm actually enjoying this whole process of the filmmaking thing again.
It's really good. I didn't think I would enjoy interviewing.
Yeah.
But I'm getting the chance to say my thing, the knowledge that I've gained over the years.
Absolutely.
No, I like it. I think it's great.
Thank you for coming back again to talk to us. You know, I think people enjoyed our conversation the last time.
I enjoyed it.
So what let's try and do this time around is just explore a little bit more about your own sort of background and your education, all that kind of stuff. So you came into, shortly before you came to work with me on Fiddler's Walk, you'd been to university and
I'd been to drama school at Central, yeah.
What led you to that?
Well, as any actor would, always wanted to go to drama school, but the chances were when I was young, the chances were never as they are now. The young ones have a great time now. Everything's laid out in front of them. Those days it was very difficult. But I had never studied acting. From an educational point of view, I suppose I had studied it because all I did was watch movies over and over and over and over, watch camera angles, watch how actors. I did all that growing up. That was my education, and then of course doing theatre locally was another education in itself. But I wanted to do it properly and say yes. As an actor, I want to be able to go to drama school, and Central was the only school I wanted to go to. So it was actually when I was ill, is when the decision was made. I was ill in 2002. I had pancreatitis. I nearly died, which was not pleasant. But in recovery, lying in recovery, and my mind's going, right, you need to sort yourself out, get yourself healthy, and I needed a goal. And I remember lying in the bed going, okay, I'll go to tech in Newry and do 2 years with Adele Sheridan, because I know Adele well. I've known Adele for a long, long time, so I knew I'd be comfortable enough, and she would say, yeah, you're in. No, there wouldn't be a hole to get me into it. So
you were a mature student at this
oh
stage.
Yes, I was 32 when I got ill.
32.
So it was 33 then. No, I was actually only about, October, about 6 months after I was dying, I was in tech.
Right, okay.
And then a month after that, I was on stage and playing Jesus in Godspell. But I remember lying in recovery in Daisy Hill, and I thought, in order to get to drama school, I have to do some kind of education, some kind of higher education. So I thought, I'll do the ABCE in Performing Arts 2 years, and I says, and then the next year I'll be going to, and my head was going Central. I didn't want to go to RADA or LIPA or any of the other drama schools. Central was the only one I wanted to go to because Laurence Olivier went there, who is the best theatre actor of the 20th century. Well, him and Richard Burton. So that was it, and I did that in those 3 years. My goal was that, and I did that. I couldn't believe that I got into drama school. What did they tell me? 6,000 people auditioned for 27 places in the classical acting, masters in the classical acting, and 27. I was one of the 27.
27.
Now I was crying when they called me to tell me I got in. I was very emotional.
And how did you find, obviously going to tech, working with a lot of younger students, maybe immature?
Yes.
Did you have the similar sort of experience going to Central? Were they younger or?
No. They were all mature students. There was nobody under 25. Okay. There was a man from Dublin who was maybe in his 50s. There was a lady from New Zealand who was in her 50s. Then there were people about 30, and then a few, late 20s. But they were from everywhere. Somebody was from Washington, New York, New Delhi. Danesh was he was an Indian guy. Me and him headed off, and now a guy from Jamaica. And I headed off for those guys rather than the English guys, which I find really strange. Yeah. Like Riz Ahmed, who was in. He was in drama school with us. He was in class with us. He's flying now. He's making Hollywood movies. He was in Rogue One, and he was like the engineer guy in Rogue One.
Okay.
I think he's from Pakistan. Or, that's his descent is from Pakistan. Yeah. Lovely guy. we had a lot of laughs, and Danesh is making a lot of movies in India, which is good. So I'm still in contact with some of them. You know, we'll send a wee text here or there, or a wee Facebook post to say.
As I find with some of my colleagues, in fact, one of the guys was one of the editors of Rogue One.
Yeah.
And another guy passionate about video production.
Yeah.
In fact, he started to get back into it because
Yeah.
I've been having conversations with him. So again, I think those friendships that you make at college, at university, or at drama school, you are a company of people.
Oh yeah, we're all the goal's the same. We're all after the same goal.
Yeah.
And it was an experience just to be there. So you see, the first 3 months of drama school, I found very, very difficult, because everybody else in the class had done Shakespeare before.
Okay.
I had never done Shakespeare. You know, I knew I was aware of it, and I had read some of it, but I had never. And it was the only art form of drama that I hadn't tackled, if you like. I'd done panto, comedy, musicals, drama, you know, television, ads. And this was a whole new, but I had to work very hard, because most of these guys, some of them went to Oxford, and, oh yes, I've done Shakespeare since I was 12. And I'm like, oh dear. So I had to work very, very, very hard. All I really did was read, learn lines, and rehearse. Okay. That's all I did and it was like 15-hour days. Yeah. It was tough going, but I loved every minute of it.
What was the hard part? You're talking about someone going to Cambridge or Oxford.
Yes.
And so they're bringing a certain perspective to Shakespeare.
Yes.
What were they bringing that you felt that you lacked?
It seemed very natural to them.
Right.
Whereas it's heightened language, of course. So, being from Newry, I was going, what is this? I was like, and I hated Shakespeare for the first 3 months. Hated it. I said, why does he take 6 pages to write something you can do in 1 sentence?
Yeah.
And then I'd kind of get into a flow. I started reading a lot of books about Shakespeare and about acting Shakespeare and other actors' impressions of what Shakespeare is. That's what got me to start loving it.
Yeah.
And then I used to give off, because we'd analyse every single word. You know, a sentence, we could spend 2 hours on one sentence, just talking about it and what it could mean and what it might mean, and what if you inflected that word differently than this word, and then I started to get fascinated by it.
Yes.
And I thought, this is intelligent. That's what I know. It was like over intelligence or something. It was, but I really got into it then, and I started seeing what they were talking about after a while. You know, the tutor would say, "But what about that bit?" And I'd have something to say. Where at the start, I wouldn't even open my mouth. I sat for the first 2 months and never spoke.
Right.
Just listened.
What about your Indian friends, who again would have come from a totally different?
Yes, completely.
How did they?
He took it like a duck to water. I thought he was brilliant. And he had his Indian accent.
Yes.
Which I think I liked.
Yeah.
With Shakespeare. One of our vocal coaches said that the closest dialect to Shakespeare is Northern Ireland.
Okay.
For our inflections and all. And she was Greek. Right. She was from Greece.
Is that because of the singing nature?
I think it's something to do with the Celtic thing. I think it's a Celtic, like Welsh or Scottish, and we nearly sing when we speak. Yeah. But they loved it over there, the accent, and I hate our accent. I think it's awful. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
And I know when they were all going, your accent's so lovely, and I'm going, really? And they just loved it. And and the girl would say, because I would automatically, when I was there first at drama school, I was automatically going, you know, to be or not to be, with a British accent.
Yes.
And she's, no, do it in your own accent.
Yeah.
And then I was like, as I said that last time I was talking to you, I hate doing my own accent when I'm acting. I hate my own accent. I think sounds horrible. Even though I don't sound like a Newry person per se, because I remember saying to the vocal coach, I says, you're not going to change my whole way of speaking or my, you know, she says, no, what we're going to do is we're going to smooth it out and take all the rough edges off it. Mm-hmm. So my diction is always very good. I always pronounce my words properly, and that has come into my life just as how I speak. Mm-hmm. But people have commented all the time with me about diction. But that's where I learned diction was at drama school, because you had to make it very. I
mean, one of the things that my family find is that we've moved around quite a bit. So I would have a bit of Wellingborough, a bit of Northampton, a bit of Bournemouth, a bit of Manchester, Northern Ireland has
Yeah.
come into this.
Yeah.
Now, people here hear an English accent.
Of course.
But people in England hear a Northern Irish
Yes.
accent. But people in England always thought we were posh because we didn't have the accents.
There
that
wasn't a
most people
set
have.
accent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they thought we
Yeah.
were posh in what we were
Yeah.
saying.
People have strange ways of looking at things,
They
don't
know. Because we're not. It's just that we have a kind of very neutral sort of
Yeah.
English accent.
Yeah.
It's not the Queen's English, but it's
No,
they
but-
can't define where it actually is.
Yeah, and it confuses them then, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's just through moving around, whereas
Yeah.
yours is from a training sort of perspective.
It's a training perspective, yeah. But,
Yes.
but I'm glad that
Yeah.
I like how I speak now,
Yeah.
you know. It's the accent I don't like. But how the inflections are and the tone I like, but
Yeah.
not the actual... I remember when I came home from drama school, so I'd been a year away watching English television with English newsreaders and English, everything was English. And I came home and put on the UTV news, Northern Ireland news, and I was horrified. I could not believe what I was hearing.
Yeah.
I sat in awe for 10 minutes listening to this. I think it was Julian, what's his face?
Okay.
I'm like, oh my God, do I sound like that?
Yeah.
It was horrible. Again, my ear had been used to English accents
Yes.
for that whole year in drama school,
Yeah.
apart from the odd American. But that was horrifying. And I thought, oh my God, we have horrible accents.
Right.
But when the world votes about their favourite accent, it's always in Ireland.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. That's just, I think it's a personal thing, maybe it's more so.
And the difficulty is that when people try to put on an Irish accent, it always sounds...
Oh
It
no,
sounds
what's
bad,
terrible. I could name a load of them now, right off the bat. Brad Pitt in The Devil's Own.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
That makes him, aye. Why do you whisper? What's the, aye. I know, Tom. So we don't talk like that.
No.
Aye.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Cruise in Far and Away. Oh,
Yes.
awful.
That's another one.
Americans can't do Irish accents.
Yeah.
And there's enough good Irish actors. Look, you've got Neeson now who can come in and do his own accent.
Yeah.
Cool. Stephen Ray. All the Kenneth, I was going to say Kenneth Branagh, but his accent's long gone.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't just use
Their
Irish
own
actors
accents. Absolutely. They should.
instead of bringing somebody in that can't do an Irish accent. And the Americans all think, oh, that's a brilliant accent. No, it isn't. That's not how we talk.
We have more on the way, so please subscribe to this channel and check out the link below if you'd consider becoming a patron to help us keep making more content. Thanks for watching.